Good evening, Corvallis, and welcome to your Beaver News on this Valentine's Day. I'm McKenna Kuhn.
And I'm Alex Crawford. The Spring Creek Project for Ideas, Nature, and the Written Word, an Oregon State University-based initiative to blend environmental sciences, philosophical analysis, and creative writing to find new ways to think about the natural world, will host a symposium and writing contest for OSU students this month. Spring Creek is hosting Song for the Blue Ocean, Science, Arts, and Ethics, a symposium on the different aspects of research, thought, and creativity surrounding oceans, February 18th and 19th at the LaSalle Stewart Center. The symposium will run from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. both days and include workshops, film viewings, research presentations, lectures, discussion, and music. The activist fair will include 25 to 30 ocean activist and marine science groups, tabling to educate students about volunteer opportunities and activities related to the issues discussed at the symposium. The symposium is free and open to all, but advanced registration is required for the workshops, which will focus on both science and the humanities. Those wishing to register for a workshop can view the full list of workshops and register at the Spring Creek Project website, springcreek.oregonstate.edu.
As part of the Modern Sex Conference, sex educator Tristan Taramino will be speaking at the LaSalle Stewart Center tomorrow, February 15th at 7 p.m. The event is happening amid controversy because the school disinvited Taramino due to her history in pornography, and students fought for her to be able to come, with student fees paying for her visit. Taramino will teach students about sexual empowerment, shedding sexual shame, and developing sexual confidence. The event is free and open to the public, but if you plan on going, you might want to get there early because of all the amount of attention the event is receiving.
All is well for Oregon State gymnasts because Friday night meant the end of a two-season losing streak to UCLA. The number 6 Beavers faced two talented programs at the IGI Chicago-style Invitational, including the number 10 Bruins and the number 2 Stanford Cardinal. And while OSU fell short of the win over Stanford, the team was proud to beat UCLA by .05, the same margin of victory the Bruins had over OSU 3 weeks ago. Sophomore gymnast Michaela Stambaugh said, quote, "It's an accomplishment for us because UCLA is a top team and they won nationals last year. We fight for our performances, we worked really hard, and we showed fight," end quote. For 3 consecutive meets, the Beavers have scored above 196. Friday night was their 3rd highest score this season. The past 2 meets have also been away. Now they'll have some time to rest next week, or this weekend. OSU doesn't compete until February 25th at Gill Coliseum.
Middle school girls infiltrated the OSU campus on Saturday as part of a girls-only science program. Discovering the scientists within gave about 100 middle school-aged girls the opportunity to explore their scientific interests, according to Brittany Galindo of the Daily Barometer. The main purpose of the event, which is in its 20th year, is for young girls to realize their scientific potential and was sponsored by the OSU Provost and Women's Center. The day began with presentations from different guest speakers from the science industry, including Dr. Nala Basil, a professor of Agricultural Research Service who also works for the USDA, and Katie Stouffer, a doctoral student in science and math education. The girls also toured different areas of science and groups, like pharmacy and engineering, physics and toxicology, general and computer science, the veterinary school, and oceanography and atmospheric sciences core lab.
In the Oregon State women's basketball program's annual Pink Zone contest on Saturday, the Beavers fell short to number 10 UCLA Bruins 58-48. But Oregon State stayed resilient, which seems to be the case throughout this season, building on every game. Head coach Scott Ruick said of the game, quote, "That was one of the better moments of our year so far. Tonight we sustained our intensity for longer periods, and that's just a sign of improvement for this team. So I'm just proud of the effort," end quote. Oregon State will return to action on Saturday at 5 p.m. when they will host Oregon in the 2nd Civil War meeting of the year at Gill Coliseum.
The Student Incidental Fee Committee met on Thursday night to hear budget proposals from different organizations on campus. Rec Sports, the Auxiliary and Activities Business Center, Counseling and Psychological Services, and Student Health Services all met to vote on reducing current contingency fees. According to Eric Sepulveda of the Daily Barometer, the committee approved a base budget of $19.02, with Rec Sports budget decreasing from $66.33 to $66.20 per student for fall, winter, and spring term. However, due to an increase in student visits, Counseling and Psychological Services received additional funds. All measures and budgets proposed during the meeting are tentative and non-binding and will be discussed during an open hearing on March 3rd in the MU Room 109 at 5 p.m.
According to CNN, the chief executive officer of a Western grocery store chain resigned after he was arrested in a child prostitution sting. 52-year-old Michael Gilliand was one of 8 people arrested and is accused of soliciting sex online from a girl who identified herself as a minor. According to police, Gillian arranged a meeting with the underage female and allegedly drove to a hotel to meet her, where he agreed to pay the underage female for sexual intercourse. Gillian founded Wild Oats Market, which was bought by Whole Foods in 2007, and was the CEO of Sunflower Farmers Market. He was charged with felony child prostitution. Sunflower said in a statement that Gillian resigned from his executive position and from the company board of directors. Don't go anywhere, because we have more local and national stories coming up after the break, including some campus event announcements. We'll be right back.